I probably shouldn't be here. I've got a second chance on life now, so I'm going to make sure I take it. And if it wasn't for my father, I wouldn't be here right now. We need to come together. Now, I might not be there to come together, but I pray to God that you guys do it. And I don't think I'm that guy anymore. Okay, guys, welcome to Ask Woodford, episode 49. I'm your host, as always, Christian Woodford. Second last episode anyway, until, I don't know. So, episode 49, I thought that I would talk about something very important. Listen, this is gonna come from the heart today. This is gonna be raw. This is gonna be honest, and I want everyone to know this comment. How can I put it? I'm at a hard time in my life right now, and this comment didn't put me over the edge, but probably didn't help me because I really do. If you meet me, I really do care about this industry. But I've been beaten down a fair bit the last 7 years, which got me to this point where I'm at. And I appreciate, once again, I appreciate all the support, but this comment probably didn't help. But it has nothing to do with this individual because he doesn't even know me. It's more to do with the industry and how people end up like this in the industry. And because I understand this, because I was like them. I was like this individual. I'm going to put my hand up and say, I was like this individual. So it's very important to understand that I'm not saying that I am perfect because fuck, I used to do this. And people who do comments, like I'll give you an example, when I started Woodford, I remember when I started, I knew that I was doing well and I was a threat to people because people would come on my page and just rag on me, like really say some fucking mean shit to me. And like for fuck's sake, like that's social media, you're gonna be able to deal with it. And if you're successful, you're not ready for success unless you're ready to be criticized. And the bigger you get, the more criticism you're gonna get. At the start, I was attacked by everyone, but I never, ever once, ever shirked the issue. I never, ever backed down for what I believed in. Perfect example would be something like how I talked about the glutes a lot and everyone's thought I was wrong with that and I kept rehabbing injuries. I put a massive focus on it. All these physios came out and said how I was doing things was wrong, or like how I used to box squat. And people used to say that I was wrong to box squat athletes and it led to lumbar spine issues, and it did hurt, like the stuff that the people did say, but I knew in my heart of hearts when I was 25 years old, I knew my vision where I was going. A lot of people deviate. I believe because I stayed the course, a lot of people have lived their dreams because of what I was willing to say and do. I feel back then, I was very galvanized because I knew what I was doing. I copped so much fucking abuse back then, it was disgusting. And I'm fine to take it, I'm very headstrong, I give as good as I get. But the worst thing is, and I will say this, is I can't stand people who come on someone else's Facebook or their socials and they tag their friends and they gang up on people. I never have once done that. I've never once gone on someone else's page and fucking wrote that shit or anything like that. That is low and I never do it. All I've ever done is stick to my page and what my subjective view on training is. I wrote my opinion and I am allowed to do that. But for some reason, and people always say at the start, everyone used to say, I don't know what I'm talking about, who's Woodford guy, bullshit. But everyone else seemed to come on my page. In my opinion, meant shit. Why do they come on my page and tag all their mates? Because they're weak individuals. If you're watching this and you're one of those people, you're a dead set fuckwit piece of shit. And you are, and you don't know what you're doing to people. Now, it's got nothing to do with me. My own issue is my issue. That's got nothing to do with social media. Look, it didn't help, but it is what it is. But if you do that to young coaches coming up, constructive criticism, fine. But when you're fucking an older individual in this industry and you've been here 13, 14 fucking years, you should fucking know better. You fucking piece of fucking shit. And that's for all the fucking motherfuckers who do that to young kids, who just want betterment. Because I was 25 years old and I copped it from guys who've been in the industry 20 years. And you know what? Some other guys in the industry 20 years were real good to me. But for all the motherfuckers who are fucking 20 years, who are insecure and they're intimidated by me, fuck you. You know, fuck, I remember fucking when I started, fuck you. But for all the young coaches out there who have messaged me and said, please don't leave the industry, for them, I'm going to say this. Whatever happens to me, I'll be fine. You guys will be fine. The world's going to move on if I'm not here. I want you guys to know that you can do it. Stick to your guns. People who pay you out on their... and if you really love this industry, you're going to stick at it. But for fuck's sake, don't be afraid of what X, Y, and Z says because you only have one life. And never ever die wondering what if I haven't. Hey, if I quit, at least I know I've never died wondering. But for you guys out there, understand it is hard. You are going to cop criticism, but please, please don't quit. Because all my 7 years of doing this will be for nothing if I get a young kid who's in the private sector who quits. Please don't quit because of some insecure person coach is going to come on your own personal page and belittle you. Please don't quit. Please don't quit, because then that 7 years I've just done is for nothing. I did this to help people to realize they can live a dream, so please don't quit. I'm asking you that. Don't quit. From the bottom of my heart, don't quit. Me, I'll be fine. Whatever I do, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. And I appreciate the support. I really do. But I need to figure out what I need to do for myself. I need to figure myself out. And that's why I need to take a break. I've done this for 7 years. And I'm so fucking tired of doing it. I'm mentally drained. Woodford will be fine without me. And you might say, oh, but Woodford can't go. Yes, it can. It actually can go better without me, I believe. Hey, if it goes better without me, then definitely I'll never come back. But I need a break. I can't keep fighting these battles. I can't keep people having, I fought everyone else's battle. I need to focus on myself now. I need to figure out the person behind Christian Woodford, not just Woodford SSC. I appreciate your support, but please don't give up. Okay, that's what, if you are passionate and you're scared about not being yourself, or you're like, oh, fuck, if I do a video on how to coach a squat, I'm scared of what this person is going to say. He's going to say I'm wrong. Well, you're not wrong, because if that's how you've seen it and that's what you believe in, just do it. But don't be afraid of what other people will say, because they'll always be critics. And it's funny, the critics are never doing better than you. And I find it interesting because the critics never even put themselves out there, because they want to do what you want to do, but they're too afraid. So they're going to belittle you and cut you down and make themselves feel better, and realize that the fact that they've never tried it, they're going to feel better because they're belittling you or trying to take you down. And it's sad. Just feel sorry for them. But please don't give up. I'm making sure, please, 7 years of my life I've dedicated to make this industry better. And if you were to quit, it would pain me. Okay, so don't quit. If you believe in it and you want to be the next Christian Woodford or Alexander Ellis or Jay, whoever, do it. But just be the original version, because authenticity is... When I started this, a lot of people used to say to me, there's no market. I've said this before. There's no market. You can't act that way. You can't come out swearing. You can't do that. I was just being me. I was just being authentic. And I was being real. I was being honest. I didn't have to ever share this journey with anyone. I didn't have to do that. I could have been like the rest of them when I started and be like, oh, I have secrets, I'm going to hide them, and not be transparent. And once again, for all the people who hate me all the time, no, I wasn't the first to do SNC in Australia. I've said this 1,000 times. I'm going to come with a caveat and just say that, a caveat. No, I wasn't the first. I've said this 1,000 times, you fuckwits, all right? I'm not the first. What I am saying is, I was one of the first to come out and actively push it about using science and an art for the non-strict sport athlete. So before you are saying that, I wasn't the first. Darren McInnes, fucking, who reached out to me, who people would say my competitor, I don't see him as a competitor. This is what I'm going to talk about today. I see us all as one moving forward. He reached out to me. And Darren, I've been me, tag core advantage in this, Alex, please. I appreciate you, Darren, for reaching out to me. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. He's a guy who's been in the industry 30 years, who even he admitted at the start, he was, what's the word, not intimidated by me, but saw me as a threat to his business. Good on Darren. Respect to Darren for messaging me, and we're going to catch up. Sorry, Darren, I've messaged you back, but I've been a bit busy with in my own mind. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for admitting what you thought of me as a threat. And when you belittled me to your, when your early days, when you belittled me to your students, and then you apologised like a fucking man. Respect. I've done it as well to people, and I'm not perfect. I have belittled people because I've seen them as a threat, and it's pathetic as our fucking industry. It is fucking pathetic. I've done it. It's pathetic on me. I was a pathetic human being when I did that, and I apologise for anyone who I did it to. I went out of my way to belittle certain individuals because when I was younger. It's taught me a lesson on life that I'm not saying that you can't have opinions, because opinions are fine on your own page. You can have opinions, no issue, right? You know, opinions on your own page, that's fine. But if they're not constructive, or it's just something like what this, we're going to show an example today of what I cop, and this is one thing. I'm not doing the violins because, as I said, I get as good as I get. But I want to show you why the industry will never move forward until shit like this stops. Now, people who do this see people as a threat, right? They're insecure and they're jealous. Now, for this individual, what this guy didn't know is I'm friends with his boss. We're actually going to do an ebook together. This guy's in professional sport. A big issue why this industry has never developed in Australia is because professional sport has always been so disjointed from the private sector. Until we move forward, we can only move forward as we come together. Now, look, I have to admit, I am a polarizing individual. I can't help how I am sometimes. If I believe in something, I'm going to say it. And I say it with passion and love. I believe we can be doing things better. The issue comes when the professional sport individuals, because, and this is not all of them, but this is why the industry has it. This is not, I'm not saying for all of them, right? Because I'm friends with a lot of them. They're fantastic individuals who reached out to me, right? But a lot of the younger ones, what they do is to validate who they are as a person, pretty much project and say, because I get a lot of publicity or people know who I am, good or bad, they project and they use things like, if he's any good, he'll be working pro sport. Or he's not that good, why is he not working pro sport? Can you start to understand now why this industry has never moved forward? Like, can you? It is disgusting to think that people use that against me or any coach. Pull your head out of your ass and stop saying that, because that's the reason why. And all I've ever tried to do is develop the industry. So people like you, if you're not getting paid, which let's be serious, a lot of you guys aren't getting paid, at least you can leverage that and at least you can get paid in the private sector. When I started, you wrote the word performance center into Google, nothing would come up. Nothing. Zero. Now you do it, they're fucking everywhere. And yeah, I believe I was a big catalyst for that. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be there to see the rest of it. Oh well, it is what it is. For the rest of my life, at least I can look back and smile that I try to fucking help people. But I didn't fucking run ever. And I stood for what I believed in. And I'm fucking proud of myself for that. But there's a lot of people who should be looking at themselves right now and fucking saying, am I really, look at yourself in the fucking mirror, because I have. I'm going to read something out to you. Before I read this, I want you to understand this. This is not to do with this individual. We're going to blank his name out. I don't want any hate, love, whatever. But I want you to know my response was the best response I've ever done. Maybe because I've grown up and I've started to go, who the fuck, why am I doing this for people who just don't give a fuck? And this is just not him. Like, this is one case, and I'm looking at one negative. But the negatives do build up. I'm not saying I don't deserve it sometimes. It is funny how I am, because I do. I'm an antagonist. But for me, I think this was a little bit like, wow, my own kind of came after me. But once again, he sees me as a threat. He's insecure. He's projecting. He's like, I heard he's 24. But anyway, here we go. Alex is going to, I'm thinking the name out, right? So, and Alex, will you put the photos up as well? All right, so I wrote a status. In under 2 weeks, I will be announcing the rugby league athlete I have been working with for the last 4 months. We have kept this quiet as most think this star player's retired. NRL, get ready, change the game. Now, I will say this. Regardless of what you think of me, if you think I take credit for athlete, and for everyone, if I quit this woodchuck, look, the way it's going, I won't be here, right? For everyone out there who thinks I take credit for athletes, right? I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to tell you this. How the fuck do we sell athlete development in Australia unless we fucking promote it? How? We're in the fucking private sector. Why is it all right for some bodybuilder motherfucker with no qualifications or some Fitzbo fuckwit who has no background in what we do to promote what they do and sell what they do, yet with someone who loves and cares for this industry, who will die for this industry, tries to promote my own business that I have to get paid for? Why can't I do that? Why? Why is that wrong? Did I work with an athlete for fucking 4 years and all I ask that one athlete for is promotion when he gets drafted, he doesn't do it? Is that wrong? Is it? We're in the private sector. How the fuck do we get paid? All I've ever tried to do was literally develop the industry. And how the fuck we do that is through promotion. Now, how I do things, you might not fucking agree, but you're fucking talking about me, aren't you? And do you know what you do when you talk about me? What do you talk about? Sports science, applied strength and conditioning, athlete development. Interesting about that, isn't it? There's a lot of people out there you might be watching who have paid me out, given me shit, but willing to ride behind me and then fucking do the same shit that I'm doing, but paid me out. Pathetic, really. Pathetic. Can you open that again? I'm in the private sector, own a business. A business that's nearly, thank you. A business that I've given my heart and soul to develop it. I'm not perfect, but at least I've tried to ask the hard questions that not many people are willing to ask. People writing to me saying, can you call this person out but leave my name anonymous? That was another one I got. Or how about this one? 2 weeks ago. So these are the last 2 weeks. That was the first one. Second one, hey, I've followed you for 4 years. Can I put your name down as a reference? Never been in my course, nothing. At what stage in my life will I ever say to myself, I've given, I cannot give no more. Done. Done. Finished. Anyway, so here we go. Once again, I own a business. I need to get paid. What have I done wrong on my own page to deserve this? You tell me. What have I done to deserve this? Right? Promotion is the key. We must promote. We must develop. We must educate. We must be willing to show our passion, to get paid, to show what we do. If not, no one's going to get paid. If you're insecure about me doing it, do it yourself. You're going to have to now. Anyway, so this guy, don't know, right? This is interesting though. Get ready for this. This individual, you'll put the screenshot up with his name. I do not want this to be about this guy because he's just insecure. He's young, right? He's 24, whatever the fuck he is. It's not about him. This is just the industry in general where we're at. This is my own kind. This is a person who's done undergrad, masters, whatever the fuck. He's doing his undergrad, right? This is my own kind. This is who I did this for, right? This is what I got. Are we meant to be excited? You're not dropping a double platinum album, you peg nut. So I saw that and I looked at his profile. It's interesting. He works for a team that my good mate is his boss. And I left it and I saw 25 people like it. Now, by the way, I have a good memory when it comes to this shit. And it's interesting, 25 of you, right? There's 3 of you that I know have shared my shit. Interesting to know that you're kicking me when I'm down. You're going to get your cheap likes. So you don't have the balls to do it to me, but this guy does. And then you got 25 cheap likes. I find it interesting as well. The minute I wrote back, all the likes stopped. Interesting. But there's a few of you who I'll remember your names of if I do come back, right? Not that I hold grudges, all that shit, but I remember names, right? And if I do come back, very interesting, because there's one person in particular who I was very intrigued by, who shares my work a lot. That's pathetic. You better, and the thing is, you're going to know who I'm talking about, this individual, because he shares my stuff. Very disappointed, mate, very disappointed. But that's your life, mate. Live it the way you want, my friend. That just shows more about your character, your integrity. Anyway, the next one was, of course, they're going to kick me while I was down because I'm the guy that everyone wants to fucking boot while I was down. And then this person said, next person, takes credit for athletes' hard work. Ha ha ha. That got 2 likes. So apparently, you're not allowed to take, when I say credit, I have never ever taken credit for an athlete that I've never worked with, number one. Or number 2, all I've done is taken credit, all I've said is I've physically developed them. At what stage do you guys not understand developing a business that you need to make money in to open the doors, to make more jobs for you guys? At what stage is it fair that am I not allowed to do it on my own page? Like, this is where we're at. Like, how? Like, I could not believe this. This is when I knew I didn't think this industry was for me anymore. That's honestly when I thought, nah, fuck this. Then, so this guy says I take credit. Yep, I take credit for athletes' work. That's what I do. I definitely do. I work with athletes 4 or 5 years, or I work with an athlete for extended periods of time, and all I do is promote what my athlete does, and you're not allowed to do that. Because in Australia, you are not allowed to do that. But in America, they do it. America system, fantastic. And I asked Joe DeFranco this, and he said he got the same thing early on. And I said, well, what do I do? Like, how do you feel? He said, just keep going forward, brother. Keep going forward. Sometimes I wish I was born in America. It'd be a lot different. A lot different. So he wrote that, so I take credit for their work. Apparently, fair enough, yeah, cool. The next clip comes from the same guy, Alex. Like we are meant to be excited about a non-signed player finding a personal trainer. Now, if you think what he's trying to do is belittle me again, that's another belittlement of me. So what he's saying is a personal trainer. He's trying to belittle me. Pathetic. Like, you that insecure of me, and you see me that much of a threat that you think I want your job, that probably pays, and this is not going to make it about money, but all because I have a big profile. People know me. You're gonna belittle me like that when I didn't even know this guy. I've never met you. You and I could be, you could have reached out instead of doing that. You could have said, "Hey, love your work, love to catch up." I've never, not once, ever said no to that. Nathan Keeley, who you should tag in this, Nathan messaged me, and he said, "I'd love to meet up with you." I got him an Uber from wherever he was because I couldn't pick him up because I was drinking. Go to my house, we had beers, we had pizza. Since then, we've been quite good friends. Nathan Morris. Graham Morris, same thing. Right? Great guys who thought differently in the start, but once again, they just didn't judge me off that. And everyone, it's life, we're going to judge. But I just find it interesting when you have shit like this, people in the same industry. But I find it interesting you can go one or two ways. You can see me as a threat, and I've never once ever said I wanted to work in team sport. I don't want to. Private sector is where I'm going. But people hate the fact that I get known for stuff. This is how it is. But anyone, not just me, but anyone. The reason why I'm doing this is to show the young coaches that, hey, don't you dare stop. You keep moving forward, whatever they say. Then this guy got tagged, right? Now, this guy follows my work. He shares my work. And he wrote, whatever it is, outstanding, like a joke. I find that interesting. Now, to the individual, you're going to know after this because Alex rubbed their names out, but you're going to know. You're a young coach coming through the ranks, right? I remember your name, and I remember you messaged me, and I wrote back to you. How sad is that, the fact that you have to do that? That's where we're at with an industry. Now, regardless of whatever you think is me, how I do things, you might not like it. That's fine. Don't write to me then. Why write to me? Why do that? It's pretty sad it's like just have some fucking character about yourself. Now, I have said, it's not like I'm perfect. I am not perfect. I've done this before. I'm not saying I haven't, but for fuck's sake, for someone who's trying to put their balls on to develop it, and you're going to find it interesting because a young kid came down and wrote something about this. So, here we go. My response to it was this, and I believe this was the best response I've ever given. I don't know what you thought, Alex, but... Ooh, here we are. So, I wrote this. So-and-so. Why so angry, mate? Why write anything at all if you didn't care? I see that you are something's strength and conditioning coach in your bio. My mate is the head of strength and power there. All I have ever wanted to do, mate, was create more awareness around the role of the educated and applied coach in Australia to help younger coaches like yourself get paid in the private sector and to develop it so there's more awareness equals more understanding of our role, equals more appreciation, equals more jobs, win-win. Because beforehand, you'd do a degree and the only jobs will be where? Pro sport. What about the private sector? Well, it wasn't fucking very well developed. No one knew what the fuck we did. No one knew. Oops. So, win-win. You writing that I'm a peanut is personal. Why do that? I own a business in the private sector and developing brand awareness and pumping up who we are training makes sense. We own a business. Because you're insecure? Is that why? Yes. This is probably my best comeback I've ever come back with. And I didn't even, this is the first comeback I was actually normal about. I own a business private development and pumping up who we are training makes sense. You will get likes to your comment because you are ripping on me. And anytime someone does that, you get all these people in the industry who have never made it, just want to stick the boot into me, who are pathetic. I'm cool with that because all I ever wanted to do was really change the industry and leave it in a better place than when I started. If you don't like what I have to say, just block anything WSSC related. I didn't know it was a crime to promote athletes I work with or build suspense who I'm coaching on my own page. But like anything, you can write what you want on a personal page like this. You obviously are upset because you are in the bar coaching and not getting recognised and you're projecting your insecurities onto me. It's okay, mate. I used to do that, which I admitted. So maybe instead of writing a stupid comment, maybe next time just DM me. Next time we can catch up and talk shop, train, etc. I was going to leave this comment, but I actually wanted to respond to you in a respectful and mature way. You obviously think how I do things is wrong, and that's cool, but I own a business in the private sector and to get results from I get results from my athletes. I want to publicise that, mate. If you really dislike me that much, and get ready for this, it's even better after this, I can't help that, and maybe you need to look at yourself first. It's not me you hate, but the person you look at the mirror. I used to be like that, and trust me, it's your ego. And calling me a PT doesn't affect me because it's pretty much what I do. Coach athletes to maximise their performance and reduce injury, and do so via training them personally. I only wish you the best in your career, brother. If you want to talk, just DM. I only want the industry to move forward, and I'm sick of fighting my own kind. We all need to come together, not tear each other down. All the best. Christian Woodford got like 56 likes. Now, here's a good thing, right? This young fella put his name up, put this kid's name up, right? Ben Vagona, well done, kid, wrote this. Woodford Sports Science Consulting. Could have said it better, brother. Spot on. And so much respect to you. Keep doing what you're doing. We need more people like you in the world, bro. Thank you. Then, this other kid wrote this, which were the young fellas, right? They wrote this. And I like this because I thought about this. Who's that? Oh, here you go. Zach Collier, Will McCowell. Have a look at the fella having a crack for no reason. A young kid who I think was 20 realised the difference. And this is what his mate wrote. Zach Collier, no idea why. Christian is just doing his bit to change how sports science degrees are viewed. So there's a 20-year-old kid who said that, right? Now, here's another guy. Zach wrote this. Woodford Sports Science, I agree with you, boss. Won't get any arguments from me. The key to being a great trainer is having the ability to educate others on the benefits of resistance training, how it would benefit the respective sport or training in general. As you stated, we're all in this together to make A, the next generation greater than the previous, legacy, B, also improve the quality of life for those right now. We shouldn't drag anyone down. In no way does that make you superior, and perhaps it makes you inferior. It's perfect he said this is because this is where people project and say things. Now, I am not saying that I'm perfect, but when I say something, I tag them on my own page and I'll ask them. I do not go after anyone who's doing the right thing. You have to ask hard questions. Example, the commando. I did not go after him for the sake that he did. He was literally telling people not to go to uni and to do his course that no one recognised. Alex did it. How much hex did you? But was it a lot?
18 grand.
A lot of money, yes?
18,000.
Jesus Christ. Do you understand what I'm saying, everyone? Do you understand? Anyway, so it gets better. What happened? I did a bit of research. I talked to my friend who's his boss. I didn't want to get him fired, by the way, because that's just not me. I was upset, but I just messaged my friend and said, we're mates. What the fuck's this? Like, if you're trying, fair enough, but it makes you look like a fucking idiot. I never go on people's pages and do this. That's their way of doing it. I focus on me and go forward. If I say something, that's because I believe in it, right? Now, did some research. This same individual, 2 years ago, right, wrote this about me. This guy left a fucking review on my page. Once again, it's not about the guy, it's about the industry as general. Any real S&C sports scientist of high performance coach would never take this bloke seriously. Sells rubbish, talks rubbish, well, maybe a little rubbish. No club or organisation will take him seriously enough to ever leave real athletes in his hands. Interesting about that though, isn't it? Interesting about that. So, yep. Okay. Once again, I never took offence to it because he doesn't know me. He's obviously, and this is what I wrote to him. Can you leave what I wrote to him? Thanks, Chad. Fantastic feedback. We appreciate your words of support. Me being me. Once again, it's water off a duck's back for me. He doesn't know me. He's saying projecting. Now, here's the interesting thing. Left me 1 star. Get ready for this. Leave the dates up to show people. Just erase his name. 28th of November 2017. 2 years ago, he left that before he left that first comment about me being a peanut. This is what's wrong with the industry. So, I went back on his profile. He still likes the page. I do not understand why in this industry people like someone's page, but comment me 1 star, like take enough time to belittle me, make me seem less desirable because I get in publicity and people saying I'm decent at what I do, and I come out and say things that obviously you're too scared to say. Yes, I'm very good at what I do. Yes, I believe I can fix a lot of things. Yes, I back my ability in, because if you have no confidence in yourself, you're never going to win. I have a run a business. If I didn't, I wouldn't fucking be able to fucking open my doors. Wouldn't be able to live. Do you not want me to live? This guy here wrote that, and sorry, my response is classic me. Left 1 star, keep liking my page, and obviously seeing what I'm doing, and then wrote that peanut comment. You ever want to know why this industry is fucked? That's the reason. Don't worry about his name, but that right there is the reason. I cannot give you a better reason why I want out. That's the reason. And not out because When I say out, the social media side of it nearly killed me because I was taking on all these issues with everyone else. I was trying for the industry. But what is the point of me trying to help this industry grow and move forward when no one gives a fuck about me? At the end of the day, if I died that time, let's say I died, right? I don't think many people give a fuck. That's how I care. Move on. But my mum would, my parents would, my close friends would, which my circle's very small now. I know the guy behind the camera would. So I decided, fuck it. Why is the point of being transparent and being open and showing people what real training is? Because no one was doing it. I didn't have to do that, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go out there and be transparent. When a lot of people weren't doing it, I did it. And I believe I opened up a market enough so people go, holy shit, fuck, I didn't know he's using science, he's using art. Fuck, I love this. So instead of a lecturer just talking about it, nothing against lecturers, love you, Alan Pierce, but instead of just a lecturer talking about it, I was actually applying it. And people loving it. And I thought to myself, I'm an easy target because I'm transparent, I'm open, I'm different. I'm what you're seeing is different because I'm loud, I'm out there, right? I'm being myself. Heaven forbid if you be yourself and try and promote this industry because they didn't do it in the past and you definitely shouldn't do it now, eh? Don't do it now, you know? Heaven forbid you be yourself, right? That's the perfect example, not him, in general, why this industry will never, ever move forward. Here's the reason why. Supply, demand. There's not enough supply, there's too much supply of graduates or people think they're S&C coaches, not enough demand. There's not enough awareness around our role. There's not enough awareness around to protect the role. There's not enough understanding. So what happens is this. A young kid will be willing to work for nothing in peanuts because clubs know that, so they pay them that. They pay them what they're worth because they're not willing to say it. And all I've ever tried to do was raise the profile so we are seen as a profession, as a respected profession, like any other fucking profession, like physios. All right? Why the fuck why are physios at every football club? Why? Why the fuck is it a reality? Hey, you need physios for diagnosis and early stage treatment and to work with us, right? No issue. Understand. You ask me this then. You tell me this then. Why is there a physio at every club around Australia, sporting club? Why? Why is there a reactive approach? Why wouldn't there be a proactive approach and the club goes, you know what, we're going to fucking invest in a fucking S&C coach? Why? I've never understood that for the fucking life of me. Why the fuck then is there so many graduates coming out of sports science per year? Why is there not a cap? Why? Why can't people say this? I see it. No one's got the balls to say it apart from me. Why? There's graduates and graduates and graduates. There's no jobs. But all these organisations are in with each other going, more graduates? Great. Oh, you need this qualification. You need this to do this or this. That's going to cost money. And then these kids get disenchanted. And here I'm sitting there going, it's wrong. There's no cap on sports science. Every uni's doing sports science now. Every uni's doing masters. I saw a fucking masters of football. Fuck is that? Oh, it's going to help you fucking live the dream and work pro sport and all this shit. Listen, if you want to work professional sport, fantastic. I've never said anything about that. Right. Ask yourself this. Do you really love coaching enough to want to work pro sport? If you are just doing pro sport to walk around and tell your friends or wear the jacket or chase the tracksuit like my friend Terry Collins says, get out. If that's what you think. There's a book I read over in Maryland and Alan Webber, Make the Big Time Where You're At. I think it's Make the Big Time Where You're At. And what this book was about was stop chasing titles, stop chasing a status. It doesn't matter if you're a fucking taking the warm-up for an under-9s D4 team or a fucking under-16s lowest level sport or a fucking D4 seniors in the VAFA. You should treat them just like you would treat a semi-pro or professional sporting team and you take the warm-up. Maximise it, be passionate. Do it properly. Write out the strength programs. Make the big time where you're at. Why this dream of just going, I want to work this just for a fucking status? Why? If you truly loved S&C, it's not about that. It's never been about that for me. It's sad that we have our own kind. People who just want better just doing that. It's sad, man. And today I'm talking to you to say, if you're a young coach, if you're an exercise science graduate student, if you're a trainer, right? Galvanise. We need to come together. Now, I might not be there to come together, but I pray to God that you guys do it. And I don't think I'm that guy anymore. But I'm sure there'll be someone like me. Now, if I do come back, and that's an if, I just need to find myself. I told you that. But if I do come back, I'm coming back to galvanise. I'm not coming back anymore to take everyone's problems on. I'm not going to call out him or him. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back and galvanise the industry. Now, you might think that that doesn't mean I'm not going to call out individuals. That's not true. But the people who want to do the right thing, and we're all going to galvanise each other, I will continue to promote them. And I have done that from day one to promote. I have made more competitors for myself, and I'll promote them because I want betterment. I have told you always, I want from day one, all I care about. Go back and watch my first video. I want everyone to go back. Alex, put the link up to my first podcast I ever did in that grainy footage. Put it up.
That's the reason why I started Woodford SSC, just to evoke change in this industry. I wanted to be that guy for the aspiring students to look up to and say, he's an applied guy. He's proven you can do a degree in honours and masters and coach athletes and do it at a high level. I wanted to create a system that athletes can come and train and get better, bigger, stronger, faster. And I'm very passionate about changing this industry. So pretty much, if I've got to say anything to the young kids out there, is just get behind me.
Listen to what I was saying. 7 years, I have not taken a fucking week off without thinking about this industry or this business, and it's killed me nearly. It nearly killed me. I probably shouldn't be here. I've got a second chance on life now, so I'm going to make sure I take it. Go back and watch that video and watch my passion, watch what I was saying. Listen to the words I was saying. I have not deviated from that. I want you guys to know I am with you. I'll always be with you for the rest of my life. It's just right now I can't. Right? I'm doing these last two Ask Woodfords for Alex because we wanted to finish strong. To us two, respect Alex. He's done a good job and I respect Alex. He's a good kid. I really like Alex. And it's going to be shit when he leaves, but he's a good person. So I want to finish it off with Alex. Woodford will continue to run. But where I go, I don't know. I can't tell people that because I don't know myself. I'm working with a psych. I'm going away for a fair while. But it's the only way I'm going to survive because I've fought so many battles in my own head, guys. And I'm being honest with you, I don't want to lie to you. I want to be honest because I could not do this and not tell you about it and be like most other people. But why? If I have this platform to promote mental health awareness, I just want to be real to show you that business is not this fucking six-figure lifestyle where you're balling in clubs and popping bottles of champagne. It's so easy. It's not. It's terrible most nights for me. I hate it. I'm mentally drained. 7 years in this, I've not taken a week off. You might think you have time off, but I don't. I think about this 24/7. I'm actually not going to have a phone for 4 weeks, which Alex, it's going to be crazy, man. 4 weeks, I'm not going to have a phone. People can't. No one's going to be able to contact me apart from there's only one person that people can get through and only my parents know. And I have to do it because I have to find out who I am again. And if I do come back, I'm coming back. I'm not going to say a new Christian because that's bullshit, but I'm going to come back to the old Christian, the Christian I did when I started, the Christian that really, really had that fire, and I still have that fire, but it's beaten me down the other stuff. When I say galvanise the industry, I do want to galvanise us, but at the same time, I have to ask hard questions because the only way we're going to move forward is if we ask the hard questions, right? I want you to know I'm with you, but right now I can't be. And it's hard on me to say that, but all the young coaches out there, 7 years ago, September 14th, I started this 2012. October 14th, 2019 is the 7-year birthday. I might be here, might not. Think about that for a second. We have created an army. You guys next level. I always said, you guys are going to take this. So here's the challenge to all you guys watching this. If you're a personal trainer, you're an exercise science student, you're a coach in the private sector, you're a coach in pro sport, my line to you is this. Let's do it. Let's stick together. Let's push everything forward. Let's stop belittling our own kind. Now, it's okay. Criticism is good because that's how we all grow. Respectful criticism. You can ask questions, no doubt, ask questions, but do not belittle our own kind. If you see a young kid put up a video, you see he's a bit nervous, instead of writing that thing like, laughing like he's, but so you make yourself feel better because he's a young kid willing to put himself on camera, but he might have done a few things wrong. Instead of belittling the kid, right, good job, mate, good job. Great job. Because that kid one day might turn out to be the kid that literally does everything to, that one kid might be your boss one day, first of all, but that one kid is a very important person in the industry because all that kid wants is betterment. And you can see that love and passion. And you can see that he wants to improve. He wants to raise the standard. He's getting out good content. Why belittle him? Because you're too insecure that you can't do a video in front of a camera and he's being himself? And you belittling him might stop him doing that. Don't. Let's pump this kid out. Let's help him. It might not even be a kid. It might be a 52-year-old mum who's a Cert 3 and 4 who just wants to show how to do a squat. She's passionate. Passion isn't a bad thing. She might get 2 to 3 things wrong. That's okay. But maybe say it this way. Hey, fantastic. Love what you're doing. How about this? And maybe just start a dialogue, a discussion instead of belittling her. Because maybe I've had a thing the last 2 weeks. Maybe I've realised that there's more life than this. I said this, there is more life than this. And I'm going to find it because this has been my entire life. And my entire life, the last 7 years, has been to literally change the industry. And it's nearly killed me. It nearly killed me. I can't keep doing it. And I'm not saying that I don't care because I do. But if I keep caring, I will kill myself. It's fucked for me to say. And to see my mother's face, it's beat me down. I'm so drained. 7 years of doing this shit, I'm fucked. And if you'll be on the camera laughing at how I feel and my demise, cool. Probably shows you more as a person, as an individual. If you actually met me for more than 5 minutes, you realise I actually give a fuck. This is the sad thing though. The worst part about it is people judge me off this, which is fine. We're in a world like that, but fuck, if you met me, I realise I had a good heart. I actually care. And it actually stopped, and the worst part is I cannot ever stop not caring. I've tried, I can't do it. Because if I'd stopped caring, it wouldn't be me. If I stopped being transparent, it wouldn't be me. I didn't have to talk about this. Once again, I'm talking about my mental health. Maybe one person out there, there might be one person struggling with this. Young coach who might have been belittled, or an older coach who's trying first in the industry, might have been, criticism, right? Might be listening and be like, you know what? Fuck it. Because he said, I'm going to stand up and I'll keep doing it. Well, fucking good on you, man. Good on you for chasing your dream. Good on you for fucking having the balls to fucking stand up. Good on you. Respect. You can walk through, it's fine. Or it could be the, oh, fuck, man. It could be the, fuck. Sorry, I just saw my dad, fuck. Fuck, man. It could be like, it literally could just be one little thing that you say to someone that helps make a difference. It's just little things like that. I've realised that that's what life's about, is picking someone up when they're down and saying, let's go again. That's the most beautiful thing about life is, and I actually give a fuck. I care about more people. I care about people's happiness more than mine, and that has to stop. Because I get more enjoyment out of watching other people succeed than myself. Because I care. And if it wasn't for my father, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be here. So I'm saying this to you guys because I want to show you the real in this industry. I'm sick of the fakes. I'm sick of all the bullshit that people say that's not true in this industry. That's all I've ever tried to do. All the Ferraris, they're sitting behind a Ferrari, or fucking women, like watches and all this shit. This is not what fitness is about. I started as a 19-year-old, and all I've ever wanted, I got my first opportunity at a commercial gym, a small chain commercial gym called Adam and Eve, and Billy Parsons, who I still remember. And I still remember I said to her at the time, I said, all I want is an opportunity. And I said, I'll never let you down. And I always reference you. I said to people, anyone who's given me an opportunity, I've always paid it forward. I hear stories like people saying shit like certain things they'd say something like that I would do that I've actually talked about and they'd take credit for, which is fine. I'm not saying I was the first to do it, but my friend was at a gym, right? And he saw this individual who was his boss doing it and said his boss was saying, oh, I did this. And my mate had the balls to go up to his own boss and say, you shouldn't be doing that. Don't ever do that to Woody did that. Like, why not give me credit? Like, why not? What's it harming? Why is it that some people don't? This is why I'm done with this industry, completely done with it, is because of that, shit like that. Or another example, a guy who was on the Chinese Olympic Committee, who was a physiotherapist, took slabs of what I wrote, my knowledge, my passion, and used it in his own. And that's happened numerous times. How disgusting that is to do. And you wonder why I'm done with it. You wonder why I've had enough of this whole industry. It's because of shit like that. In what other industry does that happen? But ours is accepted. Ours is accepted. You can lie, you can change your photos, you get away with it. And you know what's fucked up? People do get away with it. And it's disgusting. And I get to a point in my life, it's like, well, how much more can I fight? And I brought this stuff up today to leave you with two things. Is one, if you're a young coach, young trainer, Cert 3 and 4 student, graduate, exercise science student, graduate, whatever, I don't give a fuck. You might be the mother who is passionate about training older populations, or you might be the young kid who might want to do what I want to do, or my young kid just wants to train general pop. That's fine. Whatever you want to do, I have no issue with, right? But here's what I've got to say to you. If you're going to do it, understand this. Do it with passion, do it with love, because this industry is not as easy as everyone says it is. They will say it, it's not. Most time they're liars. Saying they're a six-figure business for a gym, they've never owned a gym, that's lie. It's harder than what you think. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I want us to all come together. That is not saying I'm not going to be the same person if or when I come back. I'm not saying that. I'll always be me. But I've learned that I can be me, but I will galvanize people. I think I need to bring people together. I have this platform where instead of me, I can always be myself. But at the same time, if you want betterment and you want to learn and you really care about this industry, I'm with you. I'll promote you. I'm happy to do that. I'm always been like that. And instead of us as an industry belittling our own kind, like I just gave an example, that is one of the billions of examples I could show you that I've copped in my time. Once again, criticism of me is normal. This is the reason why I went nutty wasn't because of that, just to let everyone know. It's nothing to do with that, right? It's just an example I wanted to give to show the reason why this industry will never move forward. Another example, perfect example, would be something like this. This is just 1,000 things that happened to me in my career so far. Was someone who said this. I train a lot of AFL, professional sport athletes, right? And they would say to my athlete, shit like this, once again, predictable. If he's any good, he'd be working pro sport. I mean, I've heard that at least 50 billion times. Hey, dumb fuck, when the fuck have I ever said I wanted to work pro sport? Maybe that I want to work in the private sector? Maybe Joe DeFranco's always been my idol? Maybe that? Start thinking instead of saying that. That's your ego. I used to be like that. Look at yourself in the mirror and start asking yourself the same question. Because there's a lot of people not as strong as me that you might be belittling. Now, I built this brand of 7 years to be a worldwide brand, right? For me, I don't give a fuck. Say what you want about me. But here's the thing. There's young kids, there's young individuals in the industry who could be fantastic, who because you belittled them, I'm not going to deal with this, and they don't have that strength. They're the ones I'm going to stick up for. They're the ones I want to help. This is the second last episode. Last episode will be 50. I do not know how long I will be away for if I come back, but I want you to know, for the young kid watching, please, the young trainer, whatever, please don't give up. Please, please don't give up. Please, because you will not letting me down, you'll be letting yourself down because I believe in you. That's why I started this, to show you that it is possible to make money in this industry without selling out. So from the bottom of my heart, do not give up on this industry. Stick at it. Do the video. Show your passion. Show who you are as an individual. I got told I can't act how I was acting. I got told I couldn't swear. Well, fuck you, I did things my fucking own way. You know what? Fuck it. And I got big brands coming to me. Big brands. I had Under Armour in the first 6 months coming to me. Say, I will sponsor you. Under Armour within 6 months. Anything's possible. You can do it. Believe in yourself. If you want the best and you truly care, you can make it happen. I believe in you. And I did this for people like you, girls or guys. So that's why I did this episode, to say how I felt. We had to promote this. We had to sell this. We have to sell applied strength and conditioning. I felt at the time there was a niche in the market for someone like myself to come out and sell it, be passionate. And that's what I did. And I get results. And regardless, I will be fine. Whatever I do, I'll be fine, right? For you guys out there, know that I did this for you. And know that I was a good person. And that's what I'm going to end the episode on, to say that. Because there's too many people out there see people as a threat, so they belittle them. Fuck it. Have your opinion, no doubt. It can be constructive. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Of course, you can have a debate. Yeah, you can say things how you believe on your personal page. But I've never once ever gone on someone else's pages and belittled them, because that's sad. But everyone else has seemed to come on my page early days and try to break me down. Didn't work, buddy. Still didn't work. And the best thing ever, there was a few people that I fucking remember, early days, I fucking remember, little bitch, have to fucking tag 4 to 5 to 6 year mates to feel better about yourself. To a 25-year-old, you guys are 40 years old. You guys are out of business now. Hey, I might have lost my fucking mind, but at least I helped more people than you'd ever help. And I'm still standing here as well. And the most pathetic thing is when people tag people. That I will not stand for. So that's what I'm gonna leave the episode on. 49, oh, hey, one more to go. We're gonna finish with, don't stop this, because we're gonna finish with Alex Sandalis, his story, and what he's been through. And then after I'm done, I will not be here. I'm going off, I will not have my phone for 4 to 6 weeks. Don't know where I'm going yet. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna explore life and figure out who the fuck I am again. So, episode 49. Thank you for watching. I always loved your support, and thank you very much for supporting Woodford and myself. I'll see you guys next time on episode 50.